So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create your Jira account. So you're going to be creating a free account, and then you're going to be uploading a project that I've downloaded. So hopefully you've already clicked on that link and have that zip file on your computer. So to get started, you'll navigate to the Jira page, and then just click this button, get it for free. And then you'll choose another product, and we're going to just choose Confluence, but we're not going to be using that. So we'll do that and then hit the next button. And then I'm going to create my account with my Google account. And you can see I've set up a test account that I'm going to use here. But you can use your FLC account or a personal Gmail account, whatever is fine. And then just hit create account. And you can create a site name. So you can put your own name. I'm just going to put SLN FLC. Oh, it didn't like that. FLC. And it liked that. Okay, so no dots in the name. And then I'll hit continue. And you can skip these questions. And it takes a minute to get your account set up. And after it's set up, you can skip this. And you can invite your teammates here. We'll do that later. So we'll just hit, and then you can skip this or set it. You can see I'm new to Jira. My team is new. We spend our time working on bugs, and I have a flexible schedule. Or you can just skip those questions and then hit next. And then I'm going to choose the Kanban board. We'll talk about that later. So I'll hit that and then enter the name of a project. And this is going to be a project that you're going to be working on later because you're going to be importing my project. So you can just call this anything you want, like a test project. And I'll do 2 words. Because what you're going to notice is going to create this little key. And it'll just use the first 2 letters, or the first letter of each word. So it's just an identifier. So this is TP for test project. And then I'll hit create. Okay, so we're going to really just be ignoring this board, and we're going to be importing my board. So to do that, you're going to click on the little gear icon up here, and then click on System. And we're going to do an external system import. And it will probably ask me to back up my stuff, but you want to select Jira Server or Cloud. And it's, I'm just going to say overwrite existing cloud users and then import data. And it's going to tell me that I need to back up my current system. So I'm going to choose backup data. And then you can delete this project if you want down here. Since we're down here, I might as well just delete that because we're going to be starting over when you create your own project. So I'll go ahead and delete that project. And then I'm ready to create a backup for the cloud. And if you get an error, you might get an error here. That's because it's just taking time deleting that project. So I would just walk away from it for a few minutes and then come back and try again. It'll eventually work, but sometimes it takes a minute to get things all synced up. Okay, and then it's done. I don't have to download it. I don't really even need it. So then I'm going to go back to the external system import. And again, I'll choose the Jira Server or Cloud. And then I'm going to overwrite the existing cloud users and import the data. And it's going to ask me where that zip file is. So I've already downloaded it. You should have done that already. So I'm going to select that and hit open. And then when you get to this screen, just go ahead and run the import. And then grant application access. And I'll hit next and done. And depending on the release, your interface might look a little different. So here I am. And what I want to do is I want to go to Jira software. And what you have imported is my project. So if you click on the projects, you are going to see the project that you just imported. And that's the customer database project that we've been working on throughout this course. And so Jira was originally developed as a bug tracker, but teams have been using it to manage their projects. And there's a lot of flexibility now built into Jira. And so most likely, any company you work for as a developer will use some sort of tool like this. And Jira is probably the most popular. And what I've done is I've created two different boards. So if you look over here, there is a bugs board and then a test cases board. And I've created on the back end forms that you can fill out to populate these boards. So if I look at my bugs board, this is the first one, you can see I have already a bug that you imported that I just made up. So the naming convention is BG for a bug, and then AL would be app login, the name of the application, and then a sequential number, and then just a bug that I've a fake bug that I've created. So how this works is there's 3 columns, and if you're assigned to work on this bug as a developer, you would open up this bug and take a look at all of the information, assign it to you. This is a medium priority, and then work on it, and then you can add comments, and then when you're done with the bug, you would just move it to the in progress field, well, as you're working on it, and then when you're done, you would move it to the done field. And so that's kind of how the board works. And then we can go look at the test cases board. And so this is our test case board. And so these are the test cases that we've created. And we used to create them in the Google Sheets, but now we're going to be using Jira to track our test cases. And so these are the same test cases that you are familiar with. So again, the 3 columns to do, and then while you're doing the testing, you would put it in progress, and then when you're finished with the test, you would put it into done. So I can open up one of these tests, and you can see this is the test scenario. Test for invalid login credentials, and then here are all the steps, and here's the data, the expected result, and then the tester would actually fill in the actual results, and then if it passed or failed. And I can close that. And then the test case result is a drop down, pass, fail, or skip, and then you can put your comments down here. So it's a fancy tool instead of using Google Sheets. And so what I would suggest is that you play around with it. For the assignment, you'll be creating some test cases using the version 2 of the customer database app. You'll put all your test cases in here, and then you will practice entering some bugs just to get familiar with the process. And then you'll take some screenshots of your screen, and then you'll upload it to Canvas.